Starting from the birth of hip-hop back in the 70s, the genre has seen so many transformations in terms of its style. Starting out with simple rhymes and boom-bap beats, to evolving into more layered instrumentals and rhyme schemes, to finding unique niches of sounds within their own locations, to more experimental sounds and blending of genres, to gangster rap, and then to softer introspective songs, and more recently, trap cloud rap. But never before have we ever seen something pose such a threat to its evolution than what we are seeing today. This thing not only poses a threat to the development of hip-hop, but also has the potential to destroy careers of established artists like Kanye, Drake, and Kendrick, and even up-and-coming artists like Yeat, Ice Spice, and Baby Tron. This thing that has the potential to kill hip-hop entirely, this thing that is so deadly and catastrophic, this thing I can only describe in one way, and that way is through a song. And that song is Hey There Delilah.
Hey there Delilah, what's it like in New York City?
Wait, sorry, that's not the right one.
I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do.
I'm sure lots of you have been seeing covers like these popping up on YouTube in the last couple months. And I gotta say, it's scary how accurate these are. People are essentially taking well-known songs and reusing the lyrics with another artist's voice, or a president's voice.
They say that I'm good enough, grabbing my da-da-da, think about shit that I shouldn't.
In the last year, artificial intelligence, or AI, has taken off. And this is largely driven by the thought leader in this space, a company known as OpenAI. OpenAI was founded in 2015 and is the company who created ChatGPT that was launched this past November. They also found DALL-E, the platform that creates images from descriptions it's fed. DALL-E was my first introduction to AI, and when I first used it, I was pretty blown away. I can tell pretty clearly when art is generated from AI, but I was more impressed with its ability to recognize the text I would input to then create accurate images. For example, when fed create an image of Homer Simpson in The Godfather, it provides this. The growth for AI has been exponential, and over the next 10 years, this trend will continue. AI as an industry currently has a market valued at around $200 million, and by 2030, it'll grow to nearly 10 times this at a market valued at over $1.8 billion. Over the next few years, we're only going to continue to see this technology become more impressive and integrate even further into our daily lives. On one hand, this is great. Industries such as education and healthcare will see tons of benefits that will directly have positive impacts on our society. But on the other hand, this technology is pretty scary. It's something we don't completely know how to maintain. It reminds me of the situation surrounding policies for social media and how frantic and poorly managed they were and still are. I foresee a similar situation with artificial intelligence. The fact that we can hear Kanye rapping a Drake song, to me, is like we're living in another dimension. Even recreating an artist's voice so seamlessly is crazy to me. Like here, I'll write a bar for Eminem. I'll do this by going to ChatGPT and asking it, write me a verse in the style of Eminem. Okay, now let me go to this other website and copy and paste this in. And then let's change the vocals to Eminem. This is what we get.
It's like I'm living in a dream. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from a boxing machine. My words cut deep like a knife, leaving wounds that never heal. I'm the king of the rap game, and I'm here to seal the deal.
Not perfect, but it's still pretty impressive, and it took me literally 30 seconds. This is all fun now, but when will it start to get out of hand? Let's think of a few different scenarios. Alright, here's scenario 1. You're an up-and-coming rapper who's really trying to get their name out there. So you reach out to an artist who's not huge, but not small either, to feature on your song. Let's say you hit up Trippie Redd for a feature. His manager says sure, but it'll be $10,000. Taking a look at your bank account, you got $50 to your name, which is just a bit short of 10K. So instead, you go to ChatGPT, ask it to write you a Trippie Redd verse where he talks about the grind of trying to become a rapper because that fits the theme of your song. Then you use a software to recreate his voice.
Yeah! Big 14, what the fuck going on?
And end up getting a Trippie Redd verse to your exact liking, all for free. The song then blows up and you're making tons of cash off streams. Can Trippie sue you? It's unclear. There aren't really any hard set rules on copying the sound, style, and voice of another artist. If you were to put his name on it, then he could sue. Let's say instead of Trippie Redd, you call the artist Trippie Blue. David Guetta actually did this exact thing. He wrote a verse in Eminem's style using ChatGPT, then mimicked his vocals and added it to one of his tracks. Then he played it at a festival.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground. This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground.
He never did release it commercially, but I still think that was kinda sus. Okay, here's scenario 2. You're a producer who wants to make a hit song, and you'd love to make a song just like Calvin Harris. Instead of trying to perfect the craft of that sound, you decide to feed an AI model thousands of hours of Calvin Harris's music. Then it spits out the most perfect Calvin Harris sounding song. I would say this one's trickier than the previous scenario. One could argue that this is just a more advanced version of sampling. You're taking a sound and you're repurposing it. When hip-hop producers were first sampling way back, there was all this outrage that it's copying, stealing, and it's not true art. But now it's so common and accepted that no one really bats an eye. Basically, what I'm trying to convey is that when we mix AI and creative work, it becomes a very gray area. And legal policy hasn't even begun to understand or manage the complexities surrounding it. While official policymakers haven't taken much of an initiative yet, there's some organizations within music who are trying to get a head start on policing AI. For example, a few weeks ago, Universal Music Group reached out to major streaming services such as Apple Music and Spotify to block AI from using its artist catalog of music to train its models. A spokesperson from Universal said, "We have a moral and commercial responsibility to our artists to work to prevent the unauthorized use of their music. And we expect our platform partners will want to prevent their services from being used in ways that harm artists." In addition to this, back in March, there was a coalition formed called the Human Artistry Campaign that is represented by over 40 organizations such as the Recording Academy and ASCAP, to name a few. The Human Artistry Campaign outlines 7 core principles to advocate proper use of AI within music. Here are those 7 principles. The core principles basically outline moral obligations we should consider as we continue to develop AI, and also places a large emphasis on protecting the rights of creators. It is crazy how far AI has come in so few years. I remember a few years ago I was watching this video called Travis Bot, which was an AI model mimicking Travis Scott's music. I didn't completely understand the technology, and honestly I still don't, but from what I gathered when I first watched it was that this model analyzed Travis Scott's music and then remade a song inspired off of that, from the beat to the lyrics to the rhyme cadence. At the time I was blown away and I sent it to all my friends, showing them how crazy I thought this technology was. I watched Travis Bot again while making this video, and it's safe to say I was extremely underwhelmed. It was like revisiting a movie or a TV show that you loved as a kid, and then you rewatch it and you're thinking to yourself, why did I ever like this? Here's Travis Bot, for those who don't know.
Got a crew on top of my chain, wasted in the street like a bank. You see the diamonds in the light.
This isn't even comparable to the current technology. I mean, now it sounds nothing like Travis Scott, and the lyrics themselves aren't really Travis Scott-esque. The only real thing it has going for it are the and ad-libs. In 2019, Grimes, who's historically been a huge proponent for AI in music, said once AI can totally master science and art, which could happen in the next 10 years, probably more like 20 or 30 years, it's gonna be so much better at making art than us. Except I would say it's more likely to be in the next 3 to 5 years. Here's my prediction for AI in music for the next 3 to 5 years, and I want to hear yours as well, so please drop a comment below. Also, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified of future drops. My prediction is that yes, this technology will completely change music. A similar concept to when music went from being produced solely on analog to a shift towards digital production. Analog music production involves the use of tapes and manual recording equipment, whereas digital music production utilizes computer software programs to record, mix, master, and produce music. And another similar concept of completely changing music was when we moved from physical representations of music to solely digital. And although at the beginning of the video I said the careers of artists like Kanye, Drake, Kendrick, Yeat, etc. could potentially be destroyed, I don't think they actually will. With creative arts, I think we'll always require human intervention to add that personal touch. It's like buying crafts such as a rug. When it's machine produced, it's not nearly as valuable as, say, a Persian rug created entirely by a human. I do think that there will be a trend where the imperfections in music will be much more appreciated in the future, so that polished, perfect sound won't be nearly as valuable as it is today. And as AI continues to grow, humans will learn how to use it as a tool rather than a means to replace them entirely. Let me know what you think about this whole ordeal in the comments below, and be sure to check out our other videos shown right here for some more fantastic content.